Hello. So here's the general concept of the app. Here's your load screen, your splash screen. As soon as it's done loading, you go to your choice screen. It already alludes to the navigation. This would be a dynamic interface, but I'll get to that in a moment. So you have two options. You take the tour, or you search for a specific sculpture. If you're already familiar with the campus, it shows you exactly where you are on the campus. That actually wouldn't be there, sorry. You could select any of these guys, and you can start going straight there, or you could scroll around the map, push it around, whatever you want. So you can choose to take the tour, which is going to lead you right over here. Again, it starts you basically off. The tour is a circuit, and it doesn't matter where you are. As soon as you click take the tour, it finds out what your location is and starts navigating you to the closest one, regardless of where you're at, and you just do a full loop. So these are just generic loading stuff. You have a picture of what sculpture you're going to. It tells you that you're navigating to the sky viewing sculpture by Isamu Noguchi in 1956 with a picture of it here. You have the option at any time during the navigation to go to the next sculpture or the previous sculpture. You can also have a button to search for the specific sculpture, which is the same option that you have up here. Before I get to that option, once you take the tour, that we would decide that we would automatically have a feature that it would let you know if you were on campus or not. If you weren't on campus, it's going to ask you, you can take the virtual tour or you can navigate to WWU. If you opt for the virtual tour, it basically just comes right over here to the beginning. It's just a manual version of the normal tour. Pretty self-explanatory, just going to go right into that. If you click on navigate to WWU, we have a couple options that you could it'll just open up the navigation program that you have in your phone and start navigating you to Western Washington University, or it'll just exit the app. That's the idea for now. So from the starting, if you had either picked to search for a specific sculpture, or at this point at any time during the navigation you choose to search for a specific sculpture, they both bring you here, which then will prompt you to search by name of artist or sculpture, which you could click on, and there would be a drop-down menu to start plugging in names, the letters of the artist, and they would simultaneously reduce the amount of icons that you could choose from. Or your option would be to select from the icons below, so that you'd obviously be able to scroll up or down. We've got a little status, little scroll button here, let you know how many sculptures are going to be left as you come up through them. Once you click on whatever icon that you want, it opens up the main content page, which will give you pictures, a sliding picture timeline that you can either slide through or press any one of these buttons to go through. We decided for simplicity's sake that we're going to show how many pictures there are. So in this case, this is the second picture of a series of 10, and it'll give the date of each picture in the bottom right-hand corner. It'll introduce the name of the sculpture, the artist, and then the content will start over here, again with a little scrolling indicator about how far down the page you are, and that you can just scroll up that way as you go through the content. Which is your time slider. It shows how far into it you are. Obviously, like that, you have your play and your pause. Now notice you have previous sculpture and next sculpture. Kind of like you have your next track or previous track, and I want that to somehow elude the same thing over here. So as soon as you do that, this will, if you were to hit next sculpture, it would pop around and show you whatever the next one in the circuit was in either direction. And I somehow want to find a way to unify the feel between that and the next sculpture and previous sculpture as well, and kind of we'll have to work on that, but that's the idea, and that's it in general. So I hope you get a kick out of it, and we can make something nice.